Welcome back, shooters, to another edition of Shooting Straight, a handball podcast with JD and Max. I'm one of your hosts, JD. Max, what's cooking?
Happy Halloween, good looking, JD Orr. We are back after a temporary hiatus.
It's been a minute. We planned to record probably a month ago, and then life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast.
Doing what we can. I got my Halloween get up here. Compliments of our good friend Jebediah. He bought this for me for Brett's birthday party. So big fan, a lot of fans of it out throughout the neighborhood here with the kids. So
I would be very scared. I would probably call the police, to be honest, if I saw you talk to my child in that.
You know what me luring the kids to play handball. What could go wrong?
We say that about someone in the community.
There's a couple guys, one in particular. Got an update for you on that off the air.
Anyways,
that being said, we got some business to
hot
discuss.
start today, JD.
Going out, guns blazing. I think we are going to get to the elephant in the room that is LA Team Handball.
The elephant is not only in the room; it is on my neck. I am getting messaged about it as we speak by members of NYAC Team Handball.
Oh crap! I forgot about Ross. Dang
Minor?
Yeah.
Great guy.
Let me see.
Can he join us?
If he can join.
Yeah, you text him. I'll talk for a minute. Stand by,
yeah.
listeners. Ross Minor, a former U.S. national team member, may be joining us. JD forgot to invite him, but he has agreed to come on the air on Shooting Straight, a handball podcast with JD and Max, the nation's #1 handball podcast. I'm your host, Max, and while JD texts Ross to invite him on, I will continue monologuing. The big news in handball this week was New York City Team Handball, led by Benny the Great. No?
Continue.
Nope, led by Benny the Great and Togba, the excellent, good friend of the podcast, defeated Los Angeles Team Handball Club, led by Lewis Howes, Drew Donlin.
Incorrect.
What did I do?
Incorrect.
Benny
False, fake news. It was Nyack. It wasn't.
Oh, why did they post New York City then?
Because, so Max, for our listeners, Max lives under a rock in the handball world. So, Mike has launched the USATH Cup national.
Yeah,
Cup.
and I'm a big fan of the Cup.
The Cup is basically 6 teams. They meet up 4 times, play a weekend's worth of games. They're just piggybacking off of existing tournaments and having their own separate, D1, D2 kind of thing. So, Benny, New York City, Togba, they won the Michael Lipov regular.
Oh, they didn't win the extra cut. That's even funnier.
Because
shout out to Benny and Togba. Oh shit! I spilled my beer.
For the kids, Max. For the kids.
My side monitor is covered in beer right now. Sorry, guys. The news about Benny and Togba has shaken me to my core. I just assumed that wasn't D1.
What kind of cup were you able to spill a monitor on?
Can you talk for a second? I'm gonna go have to get paper towels.
Yeah. Clean this up. Classic Max. We talk a lot with our hands. The Jews, the Italians. That's what we do. So a little recap there. We'll get into the weekend. I'll take a couple steps back, though, on what we had planned to do the podcast on was the big announcement, kind of getting up into the handball world, was Lewis Howes, re-emerging himself into the picture of handball after...
Spilled like half my beer.
Was it a good beer?
Yeah, it's Spotted Cow. It's Spotted Cow, yeah.
Look at that. Wisconsin's very own. Lewis, he's been on a bit of a hiatus for about 6 years and has taken this time to really capture the moment.
How many Instagram followers does he have, JD?
I'll pull it up here right now. But he's purchased LA Team Handball from Dr. Michael Henson, a good man.
How big do you think the purchase was? 6 or 7 figures?
So John Ryan and I discussed this.
John also messaged me about this. Good friend of the podcast, John Ryan.
Yes, and I tried to say that it's probably something similar to like if he wanted to buy the Armada, except LA has, I think, a little bit more on the asset side. Obviously, Hinson was the lifeblood, just like you and me are the lifeblood
Yeah.
for the Armada. I don't know that
For those that are
Lewis.
interested, just FYI, the Columbus Armada are for sale. Actually, a lot of people don't know that. Currently for
News
sale
to me.
for the low price of $250,000.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it could be yours. Anyone listening to this is more than welcome to spend $250,000 buying the Columbus
That
Armada.
comes with a half set of jerseys, uh,
Sponsors,
old used balls.
JD will let you hang out at his house anytime.
Yes.
Sleep in the
doors
basement.
open.
A group
It's a
of
great spot.
strong-willed young men, and a season ticket holder database of 40 season ticket holders who never received their scarves that I promised them, and then lied about having been
The worst part
from
was
China.
people actually wanted the scarves and they didn't want the t-shirts.
I was so broke, dude. I had no money. I know I
That's
feel
right,
bad
the
about that.
scarf.
Did I lie about giving a group of 40 people their scarves? I did. I had no money. I was counting on the income from the season of handball to pay for the
I'm not
scarves.
going to blame Kurt, but Kurt was supposed to get all these Somalis to show up.
Yeah, and JD says that like a joke. No, like Kurt promised us communities of interest that did not show
Yeah.
up.
It's okay. It happens.
My parents asked me
being
about it
said-
like a month ago. Like I was home and they were like, "Where's our scarf?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Jeez.
That was a tough one to explain to the old mom and pop. But anyways,
So Lewis bought LA Team Handball. Doesn't matter what it was worth. Definitely in his price range. It's not something Hinson's making money off of. It's just kind of a hand exchange, I would say. That being, I cannot confirm, cannot deny, but I would say that it's within reason for Lewis to do that. No problem.
yeah. I mean, I don't have
And
any problem
Hinson's
with that.
still helping out. I mean, it's whatever. It's
If
just
if you are rich and you want to buy a team handball club in America, do it. Straight
Buy
up.
all of them.
Like we do not deserve a club because we do not have the funding to make a club what it should be. Totally agree.
just guys.
Yeah, and just to preface that, like I'm not jealous of Lewis. I mean, I am in the sense that like he's rich and famous, and I'd like to be rich and famous. But like, yeah, he owns a club. I think that's great. I'm happy for him.
Got to follow his lifestyle, Max.
I have difficulties following parts of his lifestyle.
Anyways, moving on. So Lewis starts a GoFundMe, and his GoFundMe goal was $100,000. This man raised in 2 days, I think it was. He was already at like $70,000.
You know what pisses me off? The week before, I ran the most successful GoFundMe in U.S. handball history, raising $2,000 for the Ohio State Team Handball Scholarship Fund. $2,000, which for us is literally
It's a lot.
inconceivable.
It's insane number.
Like, I was texting JD live updates of the amount, and JD thought I was fucking with him. Sorry for the
Yeah.
language. Like, JD was like, dude, you are not being real. And I was like, I am telling you right now, like, the money is in my Venmo. I raised...
And to clarify with Max here, so Max started a scholarship. He partnered up with a random Ohio State
Not
football
random.
blog site.
Meet at
A
midfield.com.
friend.
Shout out to the
Midfield,
Friends of the
shout out
Podcast.
Midfield, yeah. And they said they'd do a match to an extent, and so they posted it on their blog, and basically said if anybody wants to donate here, give it to Max. He's got a good cause. So Max was able to get an additional $1,000 basically. That was unplanned. So
Yeah. So
Paves
my
the way for
scholarship
next
was
year's scholarship.
$2,500 this year alone. Pretty good. And the next week,
Yeah.
Lewis House,
just takes a dump right on Max.
right on my face.
So his GoFundMe right now is up to, I believe, $89,000.
I'm going to come out and raise my hand. I will spend the money for a private forensic audit of the money from that GoFundMe. Where that money man went, the forensic audit will find out.
You can look at the donors and because John Ryan called me out on it as well. He's like, "Is this going to LA? Is this going to?
Is
Lewis?"
it going to Lewis? It's a great
I was
question.
like, I don't know. I don't think it matters because like Lewis and LA are kind of a synonymous, kind of thing. I think
This
It's
would be
kind
great
of
for the Armada.
I don't know that I have the fundraising capabilities. I mean, you see some of the guys that were dropping 10 grand, $5 grand. You had a lot of guys that were just dropping big dollars. And that helps when you're an influencer and have influencer friends. And I think, the key piece there is that Lewis's goal, and I've talked to him about this, is to, obviously make this easier for his LA Super Squad team to get them, flights accommodated, to make it easier to compete in these kind of big time games. But he's also doing some good.
And I know, and
haters.
I would like to say, like, I appreciate the good he's doing. I appreciate the college team. This is not a shit on Lewis podcast, and I don't want it to be. You're friends. I know you're friends. I don't know him, so I can speak more freely, as I frequently do.
Yep. And that's where, like, it was very funny because he, texted me, was it last night or 2 nights ago? He's like, "Who's this Max Littman and Kirk Schaefer?" And I was like, Funny you should ask, Lewis.
You do not want to know either of us. If you know us, you have messed up.
And that's where he's like, "Man, there's so much hatred here." I'm like, "Lewis, they're just internet trolls. Like, that's it."
I got an instant DM which was like, "I don't know you went out like this." I was like, "Dude, like, it's kind of like my whole personality. Like, if you do something against me." And this wasn't even against me. I like the Nyack guys, though. Like, I've played on Nyack. I've won a trophy for Nyack. A lot of people can't say the same.
So, it's one of those things that I sent you I tried to send it to you, the spreadsheet for the announcing that had the rosters for this past weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could pull it up now that you're down a monitor.
Yeah, I brought it back up. Let's bring it up, because I think I'll in the context of what we're speaking about, this would be really interesting.
I'm going to keep going on Lewis while you pull it up.
Yeah. And if he's listening, like, this is not me shitting on Lewis. Again, like...
0% chance he listens to this. I did tell him we were going to talk about it on our podcast.
I think that Lewis seems like a cool guy. I'd like to talk to him. I have fundamental problems with the life coach community for a numerous number of ways because of personal vendettas, which is okay. I am a vendetta guy, as you know. As everyone knows.
But he and I had met up in Vegas when he was competing with Cal Eagles at Super Club. Told him how fellow Ohio kid, and I've been following him the whole time, etc., and we talked about involvement, yada yada yada. And his wife was there, and they were both very interested in seeing how far they can take handball, and they have a platform, both of them, and the connections to really make a big difference.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, and I think that's good. I think at the same time, if you're coming into the community from a long hiatus away, you have to treat the community with the respect, not that we've earned, but, like, that you should respect anyone. And that, like, we've busted our asses for years, losing money, going to these quite frankly, dog shit tournaments. Not this year, but we both know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, putting our bodies on the line to make handball what it is today, which is not good. Like, it's probably decreased since we started, but if we weren't playing, what would it be now? I think quite honestly it would be nothing. We've put ourselves out there along, obviously us and all the other guys that have been playing, and to come in and be like, oh, these stupid Danes got us, and we'll get to that in a minute, but to come in and, to me, like, fundamentally disrespect, like, the guys I've played with or played against, scored against, West Point, quite frankly, was rude, and I don't like it.
So, again, anyways, Lewis and I were talking, and he wants to help out where he can. And so I told him about scholarships I've been doing to
he matched one with LA, right? Did I see that right?
We're trying to get college teams to get off the ground. So, when I talk to kids that are going into college or at college, that they go to a school that doesn't have a program, the goal is to get them some starter cash to get through the first year, basically, before rec sports will help pick them up. And that's really the goal, is just because when I started the team, it was all self-funded for us at Ohio State, and we just chipped in. We slept on floors. We slept at the red carpet inns. We did all the hard things. And so just trying to help eliminate that some. So Lewis said he'd match for 2 schools for $2,000 each. So
he did that?
That's a big...
Yeah, I mean, and that's incredible. That's awesome, and I appreciate it from him. I think that's great. I would like him to do more of it, and I will never say a bad thing about that.
So I think where things are going, both from you and from John Ryan, is, it's Lewis's money, and that's the point I got from Lewis is that it's his money. He's going to do what he wants with it.
And here's my counter.
You and John
Is it your money or is it the GoFundMe donors' money? Like that's where it gets complicated.
But even then, like to John's point, like if it was a GoFundMe and it was like a tax donation to LA, is LA a nonprofit? I don't think they are. So
can you do GoFundMes to for-profits? Like, can I do a GoFundMe for McDee's and like give them $20K tomorrow for
that's
more
my point.
McGriddles?
Is LA even an entity?
I talked to John about this
Look
too because John Ryan was questioning the Armada's existence as an entity.
Yeah,
and the Armada operate in a weird plane,
not.
in an astral plane. We make $0, we spend $0, so it really doesn't matter. If we were to incorporate and raise this money, and again, like it is his money. I think that when you're a public figure and you're asking people for money for an entity, you probably should be more upfront about where that money's going.
I think he spelled it out in the GoFundMe what the and that's my thing.
Sure, I read it.
Synonymous with
I
LA,
have
so.
personal issues with the GoFundMe if you're rich already. Like, you got the money, man, spend it. Dude, like, don't... Because his fellow life coaches in the life coach community were giving money. But also probably, like, Barb in Iowa was like, oh, my life coach said I should give $5. That $5 is a month worth of, like, grocery money for Barb. Her Snap's getting cut off November 1st. Like, she's screwed.
If her name's Barb, she's older. she's probably 57 years old.
And that's no hate. It's just the fundamental truth. Is that, like, if you want to round up money between your rich friends for your vanity project, you should do it. I support that totally. If you're going to make it public and talk about it on your life coaching thing, I think that's messed up.
I don't know. Either way, point being for me is that he's got a platform, he's got people, he can get in front of people that we can.
Yeah, no, he totally can.
With. So, end of that loop there is that, you know, he's trying to do some good. He's going to try to give back where he can to people that want to appreciate it and not hate on where that.
So if I stop hating, will I get money?
You might be too late. I don't know.
What did you say when he asked who I was?
I said, Max is. I'll just verbatim it to you here. This was pretty funny. But he and I went back and forth for.
Was he like, have this idiot delete his shit right now?
He said, I said, Max is my co-host for my podcast, which is where this will get interesting. And then I said, Kurt is a close friend of Max and I, who owns the Columbus Armada but plays with Denver. He's helping to found the club at the University of Denver and is pioneering the program at Colorado State. You know, both of them are relatively uninformed and highly opinionated. So.
I mean, yeah.
Kurt's gonna be like, I'm informed. Right.
No, I'm not going to pretend to be informed.
We just had to shut Max down because he said New York City beat them. It wasn't even the
Well,
right
what did he say to that?
What did he say?
He was like, okay.
Oh, it was. Yeah, he said, interesting. So one of these guys criticizing us is so I'm potentially going to give some money to. Pass. Let's find somebody else. So,
he said that?
I don't support bullies who try to tear people down.
He said that?
Yeah.
We tore him down because of what he said. You can't start shit and then be like, I don't support bullies trying to tear me down after I started shit. Well, we'll get to this. Who started it? Do you think me and Kurt started it? You think me and Kurt on Instagram? Like, god damn, we beat that LA ass. That ain't what happened.
No, and I tried to tell that to him because I was like,
Kurt said it to me. To be very clear, Kurt started it. Yeah. He said it to me, and I was like, Robin Hood is coming in to save the day. Robin Hood in his podcast.
But yeah, I think I told him I was like, it's the choice words that you had calling them a Danish team. When they had
that was the problem.
3 to 4 guys.
All he had to say was like, solid. Good game, Nyack.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys in the community, and I would have ignored the post. Probably never seen it, honestly. And then in 2 weeks, been like, oh, good for Lewis.
All right, so let's look at the catch people up to speed. Part of this USA Cup, everybody, all those 6 teams play each other. So there's 5 games or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they only played 4. I don't know.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter. LA, they've been making an absolute Instagram social media campaign over the
Yeah,
last
in the best I've seen,
3 weeks.
to their credit, I've said this before. What the beach
Content
team is so
of
good
the
at is
yeah.
Instagram content, social media content. Like the beach team has always been good at that. And to their credit, Lewis and LA have taken that ethos and have become social media. Uh, I don't know a word for that. They've done amazing social media things. The same thing that I've been saying we should do for forever. They have done great stuff on social media. Again, I respect that. But it's been very in your face about all their signings. Just very obviously, like, they're posting graphics. They're signing the EHF Defender of the Millennium. Like, they're doing all this stuff, which is, like, awesome. Clearly, they are putting money into this and spending money on these guys. I mean, I think that's a no-brainer.
So, what's wild with, I'm looking at the LA roster, and this is the point that Lewis was trying to make, is that, most of his guys, he had 9 of his guys are based in LA, and looking at the roster on current city that they reside in, I am only seeing 1, 2, 3 that are outside the U.S. out of their roster.
I mean, sure, but if you look at their roster, current city, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 in LA out of 17. Come on.
Irvine's
LA, sure.
1,
8.
2, you got
6.
3 of
I'm
those.
at 6. Oh, actually, I did see the second Irvine. And
Yeah,
sure,
3 of those.
he has a point that we'll say 8 out of 17 are in LA. From my mathematics, and I do not have a degree in mathematics, that is less than 50%. So
the club system doesn't matter where you live.
And I know it doesn't.
The point being is,
but if you're going to throw
whether
stones, you cannot live in a glass house. That is the fundamentals of stone throwing. I would know. I do this for a living. You cannot live in a glass house. Less than 50% of your team lives in Los Angeles. Granted, it does not matter. You are completely correct. But if you are going to do what you're going to describe they did, you cannot have less than 50% of your team live in Los Angeles. I think that's a very, and your coaching staff, of course, need to mention is all German from the Bundesliga.
Yeah, I mean, you got some top tier talent guys.
It's not guys.
That's the thing.
It's not guys off the street. It's not West Point guys even. These are guys that are legitimate former professional handball players that made legitimate money playing and coaching handball, of which me and you have maybe lost $10,000 each.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's one of those things that I look at. Going in, I did commentate one of the games for LA, and it was just a playing with their food kind of game.
We've been in those games, and usually it's West Point against us. You know what it's like. Yeah. It's not fun for you. It's not fun for anyone.
Do whatever they want. So for them to lose a game,
you were in Chicago.
I didn't watch the game. No.
Oh, were you home?
We'll get to the commentary.
Dude, I thought you were in Chicago. I was going to say, why didn't you come to my house? I was gone.
Of course, I would have come to your house.
That's it.
But I think it's one of those things that the commentary. We'll get to the commentary later. But
Rashi has a quote about that. Rashi said something like, "Torah is whatever, commentary is everything."
Beautiful.
Thanks. Yeah.
The LA team though, very very high profile players. Two current national team, U.S. national team guys, and
Donlin, the best American of all time.
Oh, John Ryan's probably gonna.
Do you have a better American for me?
You.
Dennis?
All time's a big.
Mark
John,
Ortega?
I
love Mark.
You're gonna get your own personal post after this. John's
Shooting Straight host next says Drew Donlin's the best American of all time. How about Gabriel Hildebrand, who in 1918 scored 8 goals in the World War I Championship Superfest held in Sorbonne, France? Bullet point.
I could see John now coming back and being like, Drew, 8th best.
Find me another American who played in ASO ball, and we can talk.
We had guys that played Bundesliga. So
I didn't say Bundesliga. I said ASO ball. Bundesliga scrubs. The Huerters? Are they like D2?
Hoiters. Jeez. This is the uninformed part.
Isn't it uninformed handball hour? Isn't that the whole thing?
We gotta get Kulesh and Chris O'Reilly on.
I thought they were friends of mine.
Yeah, we know them. We're good.
Anyways.
We're tight. So I guess the point point being is that I didn't watch the game between Nyack and LA, but um, I did hear there was some, from Ross, the coach for Nyack, a Chicago native, former, you know, junior national team athlete, national team pool player,
Good friend of ours.
youth,
Great guy. We
youth
played
or
him a
cadet
million
national
times.
team assistant
Illinois
coach.
State national
Yes.
team player.
Yeah.
I stayed at his
Founder,
apartment one
Illinois
night
State.
at the Edge. It was a great night. Got really drunk.
Wild times. Ross said, and it's something that I hate so much is Nyack continue to pull the goalie, and they had at least 8 empty net goals.
They were bull
And
goalie.
they ended up losing by 4.
Come on, dude.
So,
Look, I have said
say
this.
what you want.
I've said this for a very long time. If you're in American handball and you're pulling the goalie, you are a bad person. You are a bad, evil person. Because what we do in the U.S. is we play ethical handball. And what that means is we don't use stickum and we don't pull the goalie.
They play with Stickum.
I don't care. We don't use real stickum because I've used real stickum and it ain't the same. We use bad stickum and we don't pull the goalie.
It is bad.
So, my hands fell off in Denmark, as did the entire team.
Yeah. So speaking of Denmark, looking at the current city breakdown from the Nyack roster, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Danish cities.
Aalborg?
And that being said, Aarhus.
That's what I meant. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Not
Aarhus.
Aalborg.
Welcome to Aarhus. Aarhus.
Aarhus. Yeah, we went to an Aarhus game.
Yeah, we
Do
did.
you remember that?
I had an excellent time there. I had a beer, had a pretzel.
Eric Finch spent a night out on a boat.
Very good TikToker. I'll say this in the pod. I had an Eric Finch TikTok come up on my TikTok, and I watched the whole thing, and I was like, this is horrible. And I went to the comments to post a hate comment. Like, I was going to go and be like, quit TikTok, you suck. And then I was like, this guy looks familiar. And I was like, holy shit, it's Finch.
And he's
So I
got millions.
commented to be like, Finch?
Millions. He's got millions.
It was one of the worst TikToks I've ever seen. It was horrible.
He's killing it, though. He's killing it.
The Bible of Hustle paid off for Finch. Oh, anyways.
Well, good. That's a deep dive there, man. What a throwback.
You.
But looking at the roster for Nyack, you got a couple of ex-West Point guys. You got Omar that normally plays with them.
Yeah.
Mustafa, the wing.
Oh, I know Mustafa.
Wing.
Good friend of
Yeah.
mine.
Mustafa's good. And then, like I said, the West Point guys, Ethan Pickett and Lincoln Ambrose that we played with at Flanders.
Yeah, great guys.
So yeah. So, like, you got a handful of, like, competent, solid American guys. Mustafa, elite wing, and Aaron Lippert, routine Nyack goalie. And it's like, okay, it's them plus the Danes. So it was really, I mean, realistically, you're talking, you got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 West Point guys, 5 Danes, and 2 Egyptians, and a couple other guys.
So if you want to make an argument,
it's a normal Nyack team.
it's a normal Nyack team. They were both effectively
Minus-
the same
maybe not as
percentage
many Danes.
of New Yorkers. Because West Point is New York. We've been. West Point's New York. That is New York City through and through.
Of people living in New York, not a single one of them is.
If you're in West Point, though, you don't get to live in New York because you're serving our
They're
country.
graduated.
If you are against Nyack and West Point, you are against our military, our country. I think Lewis could agree with this. They're fighting for our freedoms. Who am I to criticize people fighting for my freedom? I get to talk like this because they fight like that. We can clip that for my future political campaign, by the way. Let's make sure to save that. I'm seeing someone's Mark Miller's experience on here being handball.
Dude, Mark Miller's a dog.
Mark Miller's an absolute dog. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't put in your previous team's handball. That is not. That is not acceptable to put. I mean, yeah, current city. I'm not seeing a lot of New York. Perhaps any.
They have a Danish guy that played Bundesliga.
I'm seeing Aarhus. Welcome to Aarhus.
Yeah.
Yeah, guy grew up in Shoring. However, a bunch of their guys played for Nyack, which I consider a New York team. A bunch of their guys' current cities are like Jacksonville, which is a military city. Fort Pierce. I wonder why he's in Fort Pierce. That seems like a perfectly normal place for a military man to go. And Augusta. Same thing. These are military men. These are proud men. These are New Yorkers. And God damn it, they should play for Nyack. All right? So they are not Danish. They had a couple Danes.
Look, all right. Back to uninformed Max. Look at the grew up column.
I'm looking.
See
Okay.
how many?
I'm a Chicagoan. Did I grow up in Chicago? Hell no. I'm still a
How many
Chicagoan.
are even in the Northeast though? Kansas City, Kansas
Northeast,
City,
Northeast.
Michigan,
Houston's the Northeast of
Texas,
Texas. Edmonton's the New York of
Oklahoma,
Manitoba. Kansas City's the New York of
Colorado,
Kansas.
Wisconsin.
Alexandria is the Northeast of Virginia. You are not. It doesn't matter. If you played for Nyack, if you played for West Point, you are allowed to play for Nyack for your whole life. You suffered for 4 years for my freedom in New York, and you are allowed to play for Nyack.
Now, let's ask this question.
Yeah.
Why was Kappelman just too busy dealing with the women? The women's, what is that called? I'm blanking. The women.
Yeah. Yeah, the Futures. I'm trying to get my girlfriend to play in the Futures tournament. She'd be very good. Um, I know. Wait, hold on. You're not being recorded because of low browser storage. Ask them to free up space, then rejoin. Is he going to tell me when you're back? Listeners, we are dealing with technical difficulties because of Julian Daniel or I don't really care. Donaldo, Julian Donaldo or are you back? Do I have to invite you again? We're gonna have to edit this, right? I don't know how. Julian.
Like nothing ever happened.
Welcome back to the Shooting Straight Handball podcast with JD and Max.
Doesn't matter the platform. We're gonna always have technical.
I think it's recording now. I think we're good.
Yeah, the number's ticking. So,
Okay.
so yeah. Point being, neither team has got. I mean, LA's got more guys than LA.
Yeah, look,
For
LA has more LA guys.
whatever.
Like I'm being facetious, right? LA obviously has more LA guys. New York does not really have New York guys. However, that's how Nyack is.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
all.
there is a distinction though between playing for Nyack and being Danish. And I think that's an important distinction when we're talking in the context of LA got the best defender of all time in Europe to come play for them.
all time again. A lot of
Like all time is a little. I thought he was the best of all time. Isn't that what you said?
Domagoy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played Bundesliga, and he's been
Didn't he
retired.
win like EHF Defender of the Year?
I don't know about that.
I don't
might
know
have
if that's
to
a thing.
fact check that, but he's been
I
retired
played
for a while.
for the American Fourth Division Open.
Elite wing. But I think that at the end of the day, it bodes the question of, all right, what's the point of all of this? You know,
If everyone's using mercenaries, no one is. If we're an elite and everyone's using mercenaries, like you just don't fundamentally get to dunk on other people for doing it because we all are.
so let's just a little thought experiment here, maybe. You're some rich dude. You're let's take Joe Burrow. Okay, rich.
He funds
Doesn't
volleyball.
it's perfect. That's why I'm going.
I see a lot of Joe Burrow myself. Former football quarterback, attractive man. That's it. Yeah.
from Ohio. You know.
Yeah. It stops and ends there.
Anyways, point being is, so Joe, he funds the Columbus Fury, the professional volleyball.
Yeah.
What's to stop him from saying like, bro, I want some notoriety. I'm just gonna buy a mega handball team, get all these ex pros from Europe, because that's what we can effectively do.
Yeah, I mean, we absolutely
We
can.
can have
Yeah,
the Joe Burrow
it's
fighting
it's
Bengals handball team,
it's
and
very easy.
just
It actually doesn't even take money. You just have to buy their flights.
yeah, yeah, that's it. You don't have to, because if you're getting, you know, 12 dudes that have all played first league German together, I think that
If you're
they can
retired, who cares?
they could
They have
probably figure
18
it
weeks
out.
of PTO in Europe.
Yeah, and so that it gets to the point where it's not fun. It's not fun because now it's just whoever has the biggest
And I
bankroll.
mean, we're past that point, but at the same time, I think caring about elite is kind of old school. Everyone cares about like the D1 now instead of elite because like we know elite's just doing this. Like the Columbus Armada has never in their lifespan have a shot at playing an elite because our good players just play for Nyack
It's probably
and
just
everyone else
us. It's probably
plays
like
from Europe.
I'm saying from that mentality. I think it might just be us because
Okay,
we're not
that might actually be us because
we're
we're
not
the one
dogs.
of the few
Yeah, we're not.
All American
Yeah,
teams that are not dogs and don't care.
no.
Regardless, like we never aspired to play elite.
Because like yeah, like people will poach. You know, the number of times that people
Yeah.
ask me like, "Hey, Sean Bolger, can we?" They interested? I'm like, bro, they do not
Did,
like handball. Like I
did
don't know.
anyone ask that about me ever?
I'm not sure that Max was. You were
That's
requested to go to
they.
the battle for the crown that JMU.
That could be the issue in the battle for the crown. When I played crucial minutes after we got a red card in OT, you know what? You don't think you need me until you need me.
Yep, yep.
And I played out that game because we only had 7 guys.
It's wild.
Anyways,
But I think the point stands that you know, I I don't know. Mike's pretty excited about what this is going to do for handball because it's I'd say putting good v good. So the content wise is gonna hopefully improve.
yeah, and I mean I agree. I like good v good. Good v good's good for us. At the same time, my pushback to Mike as a friend would be Americans can't tell the difference between good v good and bad v bad, to a extent.
I think if you showed a Ohio State Gray versus
Yeah,
our
to an extent,
St.
right?
Charles High
If
School
you're
team, I think they could see the
if,
difference pretty
Yes,
quick.
very much so. But if you're showing Columbus Armada at our best, like with our good players against like a Minnesota United, to the average American, it's going to look fairly similar to LA versus New York.
Fair, I can live with that.
Yeah,
And so, had an interesting talk with Mike actually the other day about broadcasting and getting the word out, and that's where this past weekend they tried a new system. He bought some AI tracking cameras to eliminate the need to have somebody stand there and move the camera.
yeah.
Of course, it
Sucks.
didn't
No
work.
gain.
Of course,
Yeah,
it
of
didn't
course
work.
not.
Then you went and bought new cameras, had to buy cam links. Ended up not needing the cam links, I don't think, to get the stream working. So basically, we had a studio room like this, and then there's a live feed on YouTube, and then we just commentated on the live feed. So that's how I was able to commentate from here. But you didn't go to any of the games? How far away was it from your house?
Close. I was in Atlanta all weekend.
Mm.
I don't know if you saw this, but we were visiting girlfriend's sister and her boyfriend for the weekend, planned before we knew the dates of Lip Hop, of course.
Of course.
I played in an Atlanta intramural soccer league game on Sunday as a goalie. If you remember my
Max
goaltending
says no.
career. Max
Max
no.
says no.
Only gave up 3 goals in a 3-0 loss. However, they lost 7-0 the week before, so if you'd like to infer,
Improvement.
+4 goal differential, and I made a save. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's it. Not relevant to the story. Do you want to read out the Instagram post that's just the question of the last 40 minutes?
You read it, because I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
I'll find
thinking.
it. I'll find it.
'Cause-
All right, so really, like, to get down to it, like, we're beating around the bush. The crux is New York City posted an Instagram post that pissed me off. It pissed
yeah.
Kurt off. Pissed a lot of people off.
LA posted.
I'm at LA. I'm sorry. Look, whatever. We've had a couple beers. LA Team Handball posts 24-28 final. Nyack 28. It is Nyack. I'm seeing this now. Nyack 28, Los Angeles 24. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you learn. Both times you gain. Untrue. I have gained infinitely more than winning than losing, and I have lost a lot in my life. I'm a chronic fucking loser. Tough loss to New York Athletic Club on the final match of the weekend tournament in Chicago. Hats off to the full Danish team playing for Nyack on their win, America versus Denmark flag. Thumbs up. I'm going to read the rest and then I'm going to commentate. A loss is never the goal. This is where you learn the most about who you are, where you need to improve, and how to limit mistakes in the future. With 2 weeks of getting our entire team together, without a single practice, I'm going to keep reading. And 2 of our top players out of the game, we fought hard to end against a smart and talented Danish team. They were well trained, well organized, and strong till the end. Our team made too many mistakes, and with a great team like that, they were only able to finish the game with a convincing victory. This means we have a lot of work to do in order to get to their level in Denver for the next tournament. It's a new beginning in LA team handball, and we're just getting started. Time to build and get back to work. I'm going to walk through this, JD. You're welcome to chime in.
I have some chime points, so yeah.
I'm more mad reading this again, because it is worse than I remember. Like, I would have been more mean the second time. The first, hats off to the full Danish team playing for Nyack on their win. Yeah. First of all, that is invalidating all the guys that play for Nyack that are not Danish, of which a majority are not. Same as a majority of the LA team handball players are not from LA. That is absolutely invalidating the West Point guys that play for Nyack, who are very much New Yorkers, as we discussed in jest, but I think it's fair to play for New York if you played for West Point. I think it's a very hard argument to make. That, like, if you played your college career 30 minutes outside of New York City, you cannot play for Nyack. And that's where you started the game, you have connections, everything.
I think Nyack's the most mercenary team, regardless, but that's not...
Regardless, to the full Danish team. If I'm called the full Danish team, it implies that my team is entirely Danish, does it not? Is Mark Miller Danish? Is Mark Miller from fucking Denmark? I don't think so.
I'm going to stop you for 1 second. This USA Cup is not a tournament. This is a regular season match.
We're getting mad over a regular season.
Think about that. Like, you see the Arizona Cardinals come out and just get, for instance, tonight, the Miami Dolphins. What do you think their post? What's the score right now?
I think their post, if they lose, would be like good game.
Yeah, it'd be like final score.
Yeah, okay. That's what we do. When the Armada lose 60-10, we don't post. I don't even know if we have a Twitter still.
28-6.
Oh, it's 28-6. Jesus.
All right.
I think I picked them too.
Right. Point being, the Dolphins tomorrow aren't going to make a post saying, "Great game, Bill Lamar,"
because they're professional.
Okay, what I'm getting at though is that high tension. Yeah, this is when you take a moment to. This is why I'm not saying like it's tough for Lewis because he's everything right now for LA. All right, but this is where you have another person be that person that fills in those gaps for these kind of moments because like. Way too much passion from him, and some people say like that's good, but I think within our community here of the haters from the couch, that's just too much food for fodder there. Like that's a dangerous couple of statements that he made. But I think that like I would say again, this is a regular season game. There's going to be what I think Mike said. Going into last weekend, they should be 7-1 or something like that. So that's 8. So, yeah. There's going to be 3 more events and then 4 games each.
I mean, posting that after you lose 1 game is insane.
Okay, let's remember what we're playing for and what we are. We are.
Oh yeah, and I'll keep going. With 2 weeks of getting our entire team together without a single practice, do you think Nyack practices?
Nope.
Do you think the Danish guys were in New York for a while? I don't.
They probably went straight to Chicago.
Yeah, they did. They were well trained, well organized, and strong till the end. Okay, you could have been too. Like you have $75,000. Why aren't you? For $75K, I could get a team that would do the exact fucking same.
I'll tell you this much. Lewis, he's gonna be a father. Told me his kids were born that week. So he left his twins.
Last week?
Yeah. So his twins were born. And he went to the tournament. Had to get jerseys made. Had to get, all the flights paid. You had to get all this stuff paid for. So like he's juggling all the team manager crap.
I understand that. Can I butt in for a second?
His children, yes.
Can I butt in for a second? You know how like when your kids are born, you're in the NFL, you take a week off and like tend to your kids? he should have just taken the week off, man. Like, I'm not a father. I'm a father of two wonderful cats, Violet and Nigel. Love them both.
Violet. I didn't know
Yeah,
about
love
that.
her. She's yeah. You didn't know she's wonderful. Very good girl. If I had kids, I would not go to the tournament the same week.
Twins as well. So
As a father of two, you would know more than me.
it's tough.
Everyone's choice is a
tough.
parent. Take the time off, man. Like if it's gonna impact you that much, take the time off
So,
and be with your wife and
I'm
kids.
gonna go because I told him this. I was like, dude, like that's crazy. Like your wife,
Yeah.
you can't leave your wife. With
For handball.
two
Handball
newborns.
is not something you leave. You leave like your friend you met last week for.
I was getting yelled at for Hinson asking me to go to the Canary Islands 3 months before the due date of our kid.
That was my USA team handball debut.
Hinson
Yep.
was like, dude, like your wife's not having this kid. Like, you'll be fine. He's a doctor, so that was
I mean, he's a doctor, and he was right. Great doctor. One of my favorites.
where I was going though. Was that you know his wife believes in this as much as he does, as far as like, and that's where
Which is great. Yeah, which
So-
is great. However, there's still, like, having twins. The twins don't care.
yeah, anyway,
The twins don't like your handball career.
they don't know anything right now because they're babies. But that's my point, is that like she was probably like, yeah, like I'll be here when we get back. Go make some.
Yeah, maybe the
craziness.
twins
Like,
will be. Sure, and I get that. And I'm not criticizing too much. I think, though, you should weigh the pros and cons of an amateur handball tournament and your actual human children.
And I think that's our problem here. Is it's like we are amateurs treating it professional, but it's like at what
And I think
point-
that's good to an extent, right? We like treating it professional. We've done it.
Yes.
Lord knows how long we've called ourselves owners.
Yes.
But we're not. And at the end of the day, if you ask us, we're not going to say it.
Yeah, and I think it's what we need. Back to the random rich dude coming in and just buying the sport, because it's like you could do that. Like Joe Burrow could do that just for
Would it
fun.
change anything?
Just for fun.
Well, yeah, like it wouldn't change it. You could drop $100K, buy the whole sport.
Media
Doesn't matter.
Media.
Yeah, media. I mean, media is the key. We know, but like as we've talked about with John Ryan before, and John Ryan's mentioned this a bunch lately. Shout out to John. I've been friends with him lately. We were DMing.
Oh, good.
The thing with a rich guy buying all of team handball now is just like, I forgot where I was going with this.
Gotcha.
The media component. Yeah, this is where I was going. If there was a pro handball league to start tomorrow, none of the current teams are in that. None of these clubs are in that.
Correct.
LA Team Handball's
And
not
that's
in
where
that.
they'll get
Columbus
angry.
Armada aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead it's the Los Angeles Raiders and the Columbus Carbonaras and all of this shit. None of which have anything to do with us. We'd still exist. It's just like when the MLS came to be, the Columbus, like Joga Bonitas, that's a real team, didn't cease to exist. They just captured the amateur market in Columbus instead of the professional. If there were to be a professional handball league, we are not that. We will never be that. We will never be acquired because we already have IP. Our IP is worth literally nothing, and it's a waste of time. Instead, they'd rather spend the money on new IP, new media, all of this, which makes perfect sense. Rugby did it. Cricket is doing it. Like, all these... Ultimate Frisbee's doing it. Whatever. Like, all these leagues are doing it, and that's the blueprint. They will not take our league, which is why it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
When the time comes,
apart from development,
it'll take
like,
over.
all the money you're spending on effectively an amateur intramural league across the country does not matter. It matters insofar as qualifying for the Super Cup,
Even
but
if-
no one's making money off the Super Cup
the
either.
other-
You're going for a vanity project. You're going because it makes you feel good and you feel special.
Yeah. And
What are we getting from Super Cup? We've been going. We lose every game except maybe Australia, and it doesn't matter.
Right. And that's a whole other can of worms about whether the
Yeah,
winner of this goes to the Super Club or not, because we still gonna
We don't
have
even know.
nationals. We're still gonna have nationals. So
I'm going to be there in Cedar Rapids. Unless it's I'm in Croatia, but probably will be.
But the point is that there's winner
Yeah.
of this, winner of nationals, and winner of the Super Club qualifier, because you're gonna
The
have
point is, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. This is for fun. This is
Right.
because we love this sport. We are crazy enough and passionate enough to spend our own money and our own time and our own willpower doing this stupid sport, which doesn't matter in this country for now. Would I love for it to be something different? Yes. But we have to be fundamentally honest with ourselves that it does not. No one cares that we got second place at college nationals 3 years ago. The players that played in that game do. Their parents might. Outside of that, no one knows. No one cares. We're on the wiki page. It's
It's
cool.
not. Oh, what? Oh, I guess it's on that wiki page. I was about to say it's
Yeah, I
not
think Brian put it on
documented.
the wiki page. It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
Not
Is
documented
what I'm saying.
anywhere for anything.
Well,
So
and it mattered to us at the time, and I think that's great. And I think it matters to the college athletes who played for it. Same as it matters to like us when we won Flanders. Felt awesome. I loved it. When I woke up the next day at work, did anyone care?
you
No.
tell them
Will they have?
I won a tournament with 8 teams. Out in a random German club in the middle of nowhere, New
Of which
Jersey.
8 of which were drunk the entire
Yeah,
weekend, and like,
yeah,
yeah, there was guys playing over 60. Yeah. Anyways, so back to this post. The
yeah.
other thing that really bothers me is we fought hard to the end against a smart and talented Danish team. We've established this, not a Danish team, whatever. So I comment and I say, you lost to Danes, air quotes, but raised the most money ever in American handball. Come on, have some self-respect. I think that's fair.
That's actually from you.
And it was measured. I legitimately,
That's a
I
pretty
did.
controlled post right there for you.
Kurt's response, I believe, was deleted because I can't
Kurt,
see it.
Kurt went off. What did he?
Yeah, I did respond to Kurt's post with saying some people put the last 3 letters in the word class, which for me is less of a measured response. That was a little far. For me though, like I'm reading that post and all I see is them calling Nyack Danes. And I know they're not because I know these guys. I've played with these guys. I've played against them outside of the Danes, of which there are only 4 out of 17. And I think it's ridiculous when you have a mercenary team to be saying, I'm playing a team of a full Danish team. That is implying you're literally playing Aarhus. Like, they're not playing Aarhus. They would have lost by 80 more goals if they were playing Aarhus. Goddamn it, we played the fucking Danish U16 team, and we got our asses handed to us. It was 56-14, and I scored a goal.
Yes.
They didn't play Aarhus.
No.
Or that Danish team would have beat LA. They had some 6'5" kids at 16. That was unnatural.
Built different.
If we had that team, everything would be different.
I think that's the other piece here is that like you look at the fact that okay, you have Mosin who's an elite goalie. You got Drew Domaboy, the starting U.S. Central defenders, and this random ragtag group was able to, get through them.
Why was a team of 4 ex-Army players that haven't played in probably 3 years able to beat that?
Again, I think that's my point that I'm trying to make is that like we get all this flack that you can't just assemble a squad and go out and win, and it's like, but you can. Like, and I think
It kind of makes it funnier, right?
yeah, and I think that the other piece is like obviously there's so much pushback on us putting Americans into the mix, but it's like I got this secondhand, but one of the West Point wings that was playing for Nyack, who hasn't touched a handball since the 2022,
Since he graduated, yeah.
nationals, he was balling out in that game, I guess. So
Unsurprising.
you know,
And that's something I think Mark has been really good at. Like, to give props to Mark for a second, he's doing a military training camp. He knows exactly the guys we're going for, and it's the West Point guys. If we want to take Americans, I mean, obviously we got our buddy in Pittsburgh, we got a couple other guys, we got Zach, whatever. West Point. We've played those guys. They fucking suck to play against because they have a discipline and they've played enough handball and they have played a type of handball that we don't play at Ohio State because we simply cannot.
yeah, and it's just they care. I mean, they're
Yes.
training their bodies, for war.
I trained my body to be at outer rim for 8 hours straight.
Yeah. So how you
Peak condition for that.
how you train is very different. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that where I get frustrated is like if people like Lewis, people like some other people that we know in our circles that you have access to these higher caliber athletes. What are we going to do to get them their own? If they don't want to go to a tryout with a bunch of rando scrubs, like what does it take to get them a private tryout? To say
What
hey,
stopped LA what stopped LA from getting a bunch of West Point kids?
nothing.
Nothing. They could have called Mark. They could have called the same exact guys and be like, "Hey, you want to play with us? We'll play for your flights," and they would have taken it. They just didn't
I think it comes down
because
to
they'd rather call in 45-year-olds from Europe that played. Like, am I wrong? Like, would you rather call in a guy who's been retired for 5 years from Europe or call a guy in the U.S. Army right now?
I think you want Viran Moros, the Spanish national team guy that was 6'9". I think
I've heard he's a scrub.
who was I? I think I was talking to to Mike, and he's just like, just have him walk down the court, pass to Drew, 6'9" to 6'7". Nobody else on the entire court was of the same.
6'7". Sorry.
Apparently, it's a word now. I don't understand. People, but
You know who I played with in grad school that reminds me of? I played with Ben Briff in grad school, right?
Benjamin
Like he
Griffin.
practiced with
Yep.
Briffy, whatever, French guy.
Yeah.
Incredible person. Super good, super nice. Cared about Hopkins handball, which he should have had no
Yeah,
caring about
that's
doing.
insane.
Showed up
That state.
2 times a week to practice with the worst handball team ever assembled. Those are the guys I want on my national team, and he's too old now, but whatever. But I'm thankful he was on the team for a long time because that is who I care about, and that's who we should be promoting in this sport, and that's what we should be doing because that passes it on. Those guys, him playing with a team of, I was the best player on that team by a wide margin. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like Stephen A. Smith says, like bona fide scrubs is what he played with, and he did that twice a week for at least a year. That's what I'm saying. That's how to grow the sport.
That's what people, when they come to our Wednesday night league here in Bexley, and they look at it and they see the St. Charles high school team, and they see like a bunch of random Armada guys, and they're like, JD, like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, got to give the city an outlet,
man.
We got to have an
It's
opportunity.
fun. We love it. I will say when I was
we had one guy pull up.
He's
a U.S. national team second round for flag football. Like he's made it to the second round of tryouts. So he's going up to Houston next weekend. Dude shows up. He's come a couple times before, but I have him go up against the high school kids. Lefty, just built like a house, like 6'3".
Beautiful.
He's from Delphus, Rutgers right
Yeah,
in high
yeah.
school. And dude's just literally just bodying kids, slinging it, and they're like, Coach, like, he's on steroids. Like, you can't have him come play with us. Like, this is not fun. And I was like, dude, you guys have been playing
just better than
literally
you.
longer than him. He just
Literally
taught him the rules 10 minutes ago. Like,
Get in front of him. That's the beauty about handball. Get in front of him.
but it's just like so funny because like you just have one like athlete that you could throw out there, and it's like, yeah, no, this is a night and day difference here, and
that's how it should be for us.
Is I have to create these opportunities. So if that guy does show up, that I have a pathway for him to come out, give the sport a chance. But the problem is, that guy comes out, he sees what we got, he's like, not worth my time.
I'm too good for this
Yes.
because you can't express like, no, these guys you're playing right now will be the same guys at nationals.
Yeah.
They'll be from a different town. They'll look a little different, whatever. They're the same guys.
Yep, but it's hard to
They're me.
get them.
You're playing me at nationals no matter what you want, brother.
Yep. There will be one max.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Sometimes multiple. No, you're good. And I think that's part of the problem, right? Like, we're going up against athletes, and we say this all the time. What made Matt good? He's an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
What made Sean good? He's an athlete. Like,
Sean
shade
was
to
a
them.
theater boy.
I don't think either of them are exceptional like handball minds. I think Matt's gotten way better since he started coaching. But like, no hate on them. They're not listening to this, but like, no hate on them at all. What made them very good is they are incredibly athletic, and every single person they played is not athletic.
And then when they went up against other athletes, that's when they got neutralized.
Yeah, and we've played games with Sean where like he didn't score because they just are man marking him to an extent that he can't score.
Yeah. But
when we played West Point and it's athletes v athletes, and we had 2 non-athletes and they had no non-athletes, that's when we lose. Which is what happens.
Yep. Simple as that.
It's not a complicated sport.
Count to 3. That's all you gotta do.
Sometimes I can't
do
that.
So simple.
Anyway, so we're taking the Ohio State team to Northern Macedonia. I'm close to booking our flights. Did you know that?
Yeah, November 1st is the game plan.
Yeah. So our first flight on Austrian Airlines went up by $100, but I found a second flight on Turkish Airlines that is actually better times. So I think we're going to be in Turkey.
Okay. Well,
Max and JD in Istanbul, live from the Istanbul airport, has the potential to be the best ever episode. There is a potential I get arrested that is non-zero. In fact, 2%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I still would push to see what Detroit offers, but I keep.
It's $500
out of Detroit, or $500.
No, out of Chicago to Istanbul.
To Skopje, or you're saying we're okay.
No, you are not beating $500. All
right. Well,
I'll check Detroit.
I guess my point is like if it's $600 out of Detroit, $500 out of O'Hare, like I'd take the 600 out of Detroit.
Yeah, with that said, guys can stay at my house, so if we need.
So
Let's check it out at Detroit. I'm checking it out at Detroit. I'm more than happy to go to
catch
Detroit.
people up to speed while Max is doing some clicking. Every 2 years, I take the Ohio State squad over to Europe for spring break to play some handball, see some culture, fall in love with the game at the higher levels. And I think what we've done is create a pretty cool experience, I would say, for people.
Yeah.
We've covered. I did Germany. We've done Denmark and Germany. We did Norway. We did. The last one was Germany, Hungary, Slovakia, Austria. So a lot of cool stuff. And this one, we're looking to do Macedonia and go to Mount Olympus. Go see Mount Olympus in Greece, which would be sick. Maybe go to Albania. So
Olympians, the real way. I will say, from Detroit, it is the same amount of money. The layover is 5 hours longer, so I'm fine with that if you're cool with the 5 hours.
I would say let's save drive time. So
yeah, we'll do Detroit then. Whatever, that's fine.
Put it in the chat. But point being is that we have contacts at Eurofarm Pellister, a Champions League team.
I don't know who that is.
That's
I know Vardar.
It's club.
Oh,
So,
I thought his club was because Tony's Vardar. Who's Vardar?
We don't have any Vardar.
We gotta get, if you're listening to this and you are a Vardar handball associate.
I don't know if Slave.
Contact us.
I don't know if Slave did some Vardar business.
I don't know who that is.
Slave Jovanovski.
Dude, we're gonna be at Jordan's Deli, like asking Vardar.
But the point is that Dime, he was in the Eurofarm Belster Academy program, and he has a lot of friends that are still coaches there and players, and so
insane.
he's just made some calls and was like, "Hey, you guys want to come here?" And they're like, "Yes, of course." Like, we'll have them train with our team and train in the gym and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Do they know the key secret to our team?
No.
When we went to Norway, the first place we show up at thought we were a basketball team because we were tall, but we had no handball skills. Yeah, and they were like, wow, for basketball players, you guys are okay at handball. And we were like, well,
We're not basketball.
unfortunately.
So it'd be good time if anybody out there is interested in partaking.
You are more than welcome. If you're an Eric Finch listening to this, we're probably going to play a little bit, JD. We can play a little bit in the backcourt.
I'll plan to be a part of practices. I don't think I'll be.
Nor do I.
We'll see. We'll see how many people we get.
I plan to chaperone. If we could rent an automatic drive car this time, that would be great.
Tony that's the only option. And he said no problem. No problem.
If he says no problem, we are getting a manual that cannot gear shift. It's going to be stuck in first the whole time.
Roger style Norway all over again.
Look, I put regular gas in a diesel car
It was you.
You know it was me.
I thought it was Bob.
I owned up to the time. No, it was me.
Oh,
Bob was driving, but I was the one.
Bob. Oh my
Nah,
God.
it was me.
That's so much worse now.
Of course it was me, not Bob. Why would Bob fuck up?
I always blame Bob in my head. Oh my
Oh
God.
no, we drove into the gas station. I was like, all right, fill us up, Bob. Let's go. I gave him my credit card and he fills us up. But I think he asked somebody who was like, what gas? I was like, fuck it, regular, whatever.
God bless. Anyway, so the point for that trip is we've
Sorry,
been through
Roger.
like 4 vans in a week. So
We have been to Europe several times together, and each time we've driven manual cars. You can drive manual, I've heard, to an extent.
I've never attempted.
Oh, I can't drive it at all. I've thought about it because I've done like the F1 video games where you're like, that's how I feel. Like you just go till the engine gives out and go to the next one.
Yeah,
What I don't know is the clutch.
Yeah.
The clutch is something that I'm not. My Midwestern brain is not accustomed to the clutch.
Yep. So John Ryan was our driver last time. So
Dude, we should invite John Ryan.
I think John he had his time. I don't know that he's interested in going again. I think he did enjoy it.
John would go on a trip with you and not me. He will not go on a trip with me.
he did enjoy his time, and then when we went to Norway, he was That was a little bit much, I think, for him. He didn't like that. So, but
That's okay. I think this was a good episode. I think if anyone listens, I'm gonna get some heat, which is valid.
I think, like I said, Drew Dunley, best player all time. It's gonna
I
come.
love Drew. I almost didn't comment because I love Drew.
Yeah.
And Drew knows that. Like, Charlie commented, like, a bunch of the guys commented. I support them. I support every beach guy. Those are
Beach
my
community,
guys.
that's a tight community. The beach.
It's a tight
boys.
community.
You make me now want to go look up who else commented. We could just read through closing remarks. Maybe just read through some comments.
The comments, I think they deleted a lot of them. They were mostly just, like, nice.
25 comments.
Probably the most ever for a United
Collapse,
States handball.
Fire, question marks, Canada, Egypt. I'm a fan from Germany. How do I get a jersey?
You don't.
Do you have a U18 team?
They do not. Let me answer all of these live.
Keep up the work. Any ticket info for the Denver tournament?
Show up. Literally show up.
Too funny. Okay. Everything else was let's go. So
Another great episode, shooters. JD, you want to close us out?
This is my story, my name is JD, trying to look for a chick to call me baby. I'ma treat her well, cause that's where it's at. Don't matter to me, I'm a friggin' doormat. Most chicks don't get me, they all run away. Even tried husky chicks and they won't stay. I know it ain't me, I'm my mother MC, hitting golf balls off the big boy tees. But I ain't ever shot a man, cause that is whack. I want strength and freeze called a Mac attack, huh? Just another day in the life of me. My name is JD. You got what I need, but you won't be my friend. No, you won't be my friend. Oh, you got what I need, but you won't be my friend. No, you won't be my friend. So I'll tell you a girl that I got close to. Met her on a bus at OSU. Never knew her name, we never spoke a word. When I looked at her eyes, oh my lord, my heart gave out, the Kraken was unleashed. She gave me a look that said she wasn't pleased. She started to scream, said she'd get the police. I got the heck out of there. Just another day in the life of me. My name is JD. You got what I need, but you won't be my friend. No, you won't be my friend. Oh, you got what I need, but you won't be my friend. No, you won't be my friend. My friends all left me and called me a bum, so I drank a fifth of Kool-Aid to have some fun. I bought some Super Smash Brothers on the GameCube, and Captain Falcon beat me, show me your moves. So consequently, I was feeling a bit down. I turned off the GameCube and started to frown. But before I could pass out and sleep my night away, an angel rang the doorbell and saved my day. I ordered a pizza, but they delivered dessert. I could've got this girl if I knew how to flirt. She laughed and she giggled. She said, boy, you are cute. It was going good. I was dressed in my best suit. She slapped me in the face and that kinda hurt. I took a hot shower shampoo. I used Pert. See, the life of a G ain't so easy. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Everybody wanna be me. My name is JD. You got what I need, but you won't be my friend. No, you won't be my friend. Oh, you got what I need, but you won't be my friend. No, you won't be my friend. 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 You won't be my friend.